Pickleball can sometimes be considered one of the more challenging sports, so we thought it would be a good idea to guide you through the unspoken pickleball rules. While pickleball is a relaxing sport, there really are some interactions that can create tension, complaints, and even anger in the game. If you don't want it to be a laughingstock or frustrate other people in this game, know the things that you should follow. As you learn pickleball etiquette, never do these 6 stupid things on court. Hello and welcome to Pro Pickleball Media, your #1 spot for all pickleball content. Our channel is dedicated to the fastest growing sport in the United States, and we cover all fun and exciting things related to pickleball. So if you love pickleball and want to learn more about it, just take a second to subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss any of our video. Now let's get right into the video. Number 6. Never return a ball by aimlessly throwing it. Throwing balls might seem like an easy and quick way to return a ball, but doing so could end up being viewed as a bit of a taboo, let alone the possibility of someone being hit by the ball. You should make eye contact with someone on an adjacent court when retrieving a ball. Do not just throw the ball back without looking at them, nor should you hit the ball back into their court without noticing or giving anyone a chance to catch the ball. A second way is to immediately yell, "Ball on court!" If the ball is heading toward another court, avoid chasing it onto that court. After you let the other players stop and retrieve the ball from the court, you should yell, "Ball on court!" once they have stopped. It is not worth getting hurt or causing an injury to other players if you trip over a ball. It is also important to note that when someone accidentally hits a ball onto your court, retrieve it and offer them the same ball that they hit onto your court. It is not recommended that you switch the balls. Number 5. Never interfere with the ball. It is important that the ball bounces freely on the surface of the court without being interfered with. To prove the ball is indeed out, you need to let it drop on its own free of interference, even if it seems clear at first glance. In pickleball, it is not considered out until the ball hits the surface. Do not catch the ball with your paddle or hand on the court. Additionally, you may only touch the pickleball after the serve with your paddle or your hand in contact with it below your wrist. Any other part of your body that you contact the pickleball with, such as your hand in contact with your paddle or anything you wear, would constitute a violation. Pickleball players who either change their hands while holding their paddle, or who hit backhands and other shots with 2 hands, may still consider the pickleball in play if both hands touch the paddle below the wrist. The pickleball must be in contact with both hands for this exception to apply. Further, if you drop the pickleball before hitting the serve, and it hits your shoe or other part of your body, that is not a fault. It is necessary to hit a serve before this rule will apply. Also, do not hit the pickleball before it passes the plane of the pickleball net. If you do, then you will have committed a fault. You will lose the rally if, for example, you move to hit a volley and hit the pickleball before it reaches your side. Number 4. Never touch the net. One of the rules of pickleball is not touching the net, as that's a fault. If you touch the net or even its posts for any reason, you're going to lose a rally. For this reason, it's critical to not touch the net, paddle, or clothing. One of the biggest reasons to take precautions at the net is it's so easy to touch it without noticing. It's especially important if you're playing professional net games. It's tough to get these shots, but you have to pay attention not to touch the net. This will result in you losing the rally if you do so. Besides that, as what I've mentioned, you shouldn't touch the pickleball net or anything else that goes along with it. You're in trouble if you contact the net while playing or if the pickleball ball hits the net. You also get a fault if you strike the pickleball around the net post instead of between it and the net. Number 3. Don't overdo the celebrations. If you have made a great rally and it has indeed been in your favor in a game that is often difficult, you should recognize that. The only thing you should do, however, is to celebrate in a dignified manner. Having said that, make sure you don't overreact by celebrating too much. If you celebrate too much, people may perceive you as being rude to them. If, on the other hand, a mistake was made by your opponent, don't chest bump or be excessive in the celebration. The same goes for the spectators. Do not cheer when an easy shot is missed. Meet at the net. Do not leave the court until you acknowledge and exchange a good game or way to play with the other team. It is disrespectful and rude to blow off opponents by not meeting at the net. Likewise, do not smack the paddle to damage both paddles, but do bump it. Number 2. Avoid outbursts. There are a lot of pickleball players who are not fond of aggressive players. Being partnered with someone who curses loudly or repeatedly bangs their paddle on their leg is the worst. Competitiveness and passion are fine when it comes to pickleball. In spite of this, don't go overboard with your festivities. It's important to consider how your behavior affects those around you when it comes to sports etiquette. If you are angry, you are causing people to feel offended, and this can result in your partner believing that they are to blame for what is happening to you. You are responsible for how you behave, even if you are just playing with your friends or family. As well as that, never yell at, swear at, or say a hostile or sarcastic comment when you are angry to any player. There will not be any tolerance for abusive language used by anyone on or around the court. There is also a rule that prohibits profanity, and that rule should be adhered to as strictly as every other rule in the game. Please do not throw your paddle, and always control your temper when you are playing. In regards to foul language, referees now have new rules about when and how to issue warnings. In the past, referees had one global warning per match for profanity. This was issued to everyone. A referee may now issue a single verbal warning to each team per match. Technical warnings and fouls can also cost you points for bad language. Number 1. Don't forget the 10-second rule. A 10-second rule states that both servers and receivers have a maximum of 10 seconds to prepare for serving or receiving. The referee usually gives you 10 seconds to serve when the score is announced. That 10 seconds might be helpful if you need to make a quick change on court or fix your shoes. A technical warning can be issued to you if you don't serve within those 10 seconds. If you persist, the opposition could get a point. Likewise, receiving teams may experience this. When the referee calls the score, you must be prepared to receive the serve. The referee can issue you a technical warning if you're not facing the server or walking aimlessly. In addition to preventing people from recovering and restoring their energy after a tough rally, this rule prevents people from just pacing around indefinitely. So do you have anything to add on this list of stupid things you should not do in court? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow picklers. Also, if you love pickleball, then make sure to watch this next video on our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.